Good morning. The Bible emphasizes our spiritual need, that if we devote our lives to material things, our lives are going to be quite empty. However, we're facing a time now when food shortages are threatening, and many people are actually going through it at the moment. And the Lord knows that we need food, shelter and clothing. And to demonstrate that he could help us in this way, Jesus performed several miracles providing such things. I mean, we all know the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000 and then again feeding 4,000. Now, I always thought that these miracles were pretty much the same, just on different occasions, but it turns out that the feeding of the 4,000 was quite different. Why? Now, I'm going to show you a map. Now, I don't know if it'll show up terribly well in this. Here we are, look. And we have here the Sea of Galilee in the north. Now, when Jesus fed the 5,000, he was on the west side of the Sea of Galilee. And feeding the 4,000, he was on the east side. Now, you might think, well, what's the difference? It was the same lake. But on this east side, sorry, can you see you have the Decapolis just here? Now, these cities were influenced by the Romans quite badly, and the Decapolis is simply 10 cities. Now, according to this book that I'm reading from, and I'll put the reference below, it says that these cities boasted beautiful public structures. They included theatres, shopping streets, racing stadiums, hot baths, and indoor bathrooms. Can you believe? So actually very nice modern cities to live in. But it was the sort of place that devout Jews would look down upon because of the influence of the Romans. And we know that that's the case because they were herding pigs at the time. Now, the first time Jesus visited this area, he was met by a demon-possessed man who lived naked among the tombs. And this poor man was in a terrible situation. He kept, under the influence of the demons, he kept slashing himself with stones. So, awful situation. However, Jesus ordered the demons to come out of him. Now, it's an odd thing. I don't really understand the spiritual nature of the demons, but Jesus obviously did. And they wanted to go into the pigs, which shouldn't have been there. There were about 2,000 of them. So the demons went into the pigs, they ran over a cliff into the sea and drowned. Now, the people of the area were shocked at this and worried because they'd lost their means of income. There's a huge amount of money just lost into the lake. So they hurried Jesus out of the area. However, the man who had been dispossessed of these demons was so grateful, he wanted to follow Jesus. But Jesus said, no, I want you to go back to your people and tell them what the mercy of the Lord has done for you. Now, it seems that he did that, and he proclaimed it far and wide, because sometime later, Jesus comes back to this area, and he's warmly welcomed, and he performs more miracles, and he teaches them for 3 days. And once again, they're short of food, and he feeds over 4,000 people. Now, it seems that what Jesus was doing, because he also went to Samaritan cities, and he went to Tyre and Sidon, which were Phoenician cities. I think he was trying to teach the disciples that, look, we don't look down upon anybody. Jews in every situation were worthy of the good news, whatever situation they found themselves in. And it was to prepare the disciples for the time when they would have to go to Gentile cities and not look down on these people. So we have a lovely example in our dear Father. But Jesus used these occasions to say, look, don't work for the food that perishes, because food only gets us through one day. Jesus said he was the bread that came from heaven, and if we partake of this bread, we will live forever. So no matter how lowly we are, God can provide for both our spiritual and our physical needs. God bless.